Hey everybody, this is Peter and welcome to the show today. Well, would you like to learn how to make bread that looks just like this? It's a nice rustic Italian loaf bread and it's super easy to do. I'd love to show you how to do it. It's easy, you can do it, no problem, takes a few minutes. Are you ready? Me too. Let's go. The first thing I want to do is go over our list of ingredients. First, we're going to have 420 grams of bread flour. Now, let me tell you that in the past, I used to use what's called the scoop and shake method. So I would scoop up flour like this, shake it off, and I would put that into my bowl. The problem with that, as I found, is that as I did that, and if I weighed it, it would be different every time. So now I've gone to the method of always weighing the flour, always. So I'm going to put my bowl here. I have it teared onto my scale. I have it set on grams. And now I'm going to measure out 420 grams of bread flour. I've also seen some companies say to scoop the bread flour into a cup and then level it off and you're going to have the same. I disagree. It's just too much of a variable to have consistently good bread. So I do think that weighing the bread by the grams is the best choice, or weighing the flour by the gram. So we're going for 420 grams, that's 3.5 cups of bread flour. Okay, I have the bread flour weighed out for us. Now, depending upon your kitchen and how hot it is in your kitchen, I think you need to preheat the bowl that you're going to be serving or that you're going to be mixing the dough in. I think it's really important. I'm going to warm this up. I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds. The reason you want to heat the bowl is because you don't want the coolness to take away from the temperature of the mixture. So by keeping the bowl warm, it's not going to be dropping the temperature too quickly. All right, now for the water. Here I have 12 ounces of warm tap water. 12 ounces warm tap water is important. You don't want it to be cool, you don't want it to be hot, just kind of bath temperature, around 100 degrees or so will be great. And that's just about 340 milliliters of water. Okay, now I'm going to be putting on some Italian seasonings. I'm using about 1.5 teaspoons, a really big teaspoon of Italian seasonings. Use any kind of Italian seasonings you like. Now I'm going to be putting in 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using sea salt, so about a heaping teaspoon such as this. Now here I have 1.5 teaspoons of rapid rise yeast. You don't need to be proofing the yeast. You can just put it right here on the top. Now we need to mix this together. All comes together very, very nicely. I'll be putting in about 1 tablespoon of good quality olive oil. Now I'm going to be putting in the flour. Again, 420 grams of flour. I'm using a dough whisk, and I'll be mixing this up with the dough whisk. I found this to be very, very helpful and very useful. If you don't have a dough whisk, and if you want to use a spatula, many times I see people on YouTube showing you to use a spatula like this, with this piece. In my opinion, that's completely wrong. So because it's all going to gum up on here and make a mess, use the stick of the spatula and stir it around like that, and then you just have a little bit of a mess right here. It's super easy to clean off. All right, so just using my dough whisk, all you're trying to do is just bring this all together, and you're trying to hydrate the flour with all the water and the other mixtures. Just mix it all together, and the dough just looks like this whenever it's ready. It's kind of a mess, huh? But it's going to come out beautifully. That's all there is to this as far as the mixing of the dough. Just a couple more things I want to show you that are optional, but I do them all the time. Use a spatula and just come around the bowl and bring everything in from the bowl, from the sides, into the dough mix. Flatten that out a little bit. Now, use your spatula and bring your dough up and press down. Come over here, bring it over, press down. Turn the bowl, bring it over, press down. One more time, bring it over, press down. And just kind of bring it all into a bit of a round circle. That's it. That's it as far as making the dough. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put this plastic wrap on top. I'm going to set this in the Ninja Combi, and I'm going to set this on the proof mode. It's going to be in there for about 2 hours, and I'm going to set the temperature to be at about 85 to 86 degrees. I'm going to show you what I've done. I've put the bowl into the pan. I've removed the air fryer rack, as I call it, but you can see there's plenty of clearance here to do that. So now I'm just going to close the door. I'm going to set this over on the proof side. And if you look right down here, you're going to see proof. So just go ahead and move that down to proof. It says at 90 degrees, and I need it for about 2 hours. There we go. I'm going to set it at 85 actually. 85 degrees, 2 hours. There we go. All right, that's how I'm going to proof the dough. Okay, I want to show you how this dough proofed up. It did beautifully well. So can you see that? Look how nice that is. It's more than doubled in size. Did a very good job. So now we're going to do a method what's called Degas and Stretch. So I'm using a really good dough. I use a King Arthur brand, and I'm also using a good yeast. This happens to be Red Star Platinum is the yeast that I'm using. So use the stick end of the spatula, which is right here. And now you're just going to go around and you're just taking out the gas that's been created from the proof. Other thing you can see is that the dough has become, look at that. Can you see that? Look at the gluten strands that this great yeast has created. So when you're using good ingredients, you really have good results. And this is, in my opinion, just amazing. Take the dough like you're seeing here, and we're just going to put this into the dough pan, or into the baking pan rather. And you can see it's very sticky. I will use this side and just get all the rest out. There we go. Now I'm just going to take my spatula, move it around just a little bit. Okay, so now I have this all together. I'm going to let the dough sit here and do a second proof for about 30 to 45 minutes. So then I'm going to come back once it's proofed up again, and then we're going to go into the combi oven and cook the bread. All right, be right back. Okay, my friends, here we have the dough. It has risen again, and then we're going to be putting about half a cup of water into this pan. Now remember, this is the combi unit pan, and it has this ledge, what I call the air fryer ledge. Maybe it's called the tray, I don't know. But let me put half a cup of water. This is going to create the steam we're going to need. So have about half a cup. Now we're going to take this pan and we're going to just put that right into the combi pan right there. All right, now I'm going to set this on the combi crisp mode. Combi crisp, not combi bake. The combi bake mode is going to create too much steam for too long. So we want the combi crisp mode. We're going to set the temperature at 325 degrees, and that's going to be for about 30 minutes. Okay, so let me slide this in and we'll be off to the races. Okay, who says that you can't cook bread in the Ninja Combi? Let me tell you, you absolutely can. I prepared the dough in the bowl you just saw earlier. I proofed the dough in the Ninja Combi, and now I have baked the dough using the Combi crisp function of the Ninja Combi. So let's go ahead and pour this out. And just like that, there we go. Looks great, smells fantastic. Something you want to do right away is to go ahead and just put a lot of butter on the top. And this is going to allow the dough on the top to stay, or the crust to stay soft for sandwich bread. So go ahead and just liberally put the butter on the dough rather, and it's going to taste absolutely fantastic. The smell of the fresh bread and the butter on there, there's only one thing that can make this a little better, and that is a little salt on the top, a little sea salt. There you have it. 5 minutes mixing the dough, hour and a half proof, let it proof again, second proof in the pan, 30 minutes, put it into the Ninja Combi, Combi crisp mode, 325 degrees, 30 minutes. It did everything else. I'm beginning to wonder, is there anything this Ninja Combi cannot do? So for my viewers who said you can't bake bread in the Ninja Combi, I'm telling you, you can. It's pretty easy to do. Well, thanks again for watching the video. Really do appreciate it. Please do me a favor. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. It really helps us out. Also hit that thumbs up button because that'll help us out, and also hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos, and there are many more coming. All right, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.